desktop, but here we go. It minimized the game whenever I click on OBS Studio, and I gotta figure out how to avoid that in the future. But I'm just glad the audio and game video mix is sounding good to my liking. I have a lower monotone voice, I know that, so I'm trying to speak up good. But let's go. Tried to beat the demo there, the demo qual. Sonic Triple Trouble, 16-bit fan remake. This is a free download. If you just Google Sonic's Triple Trouble 16-bit fan remake, you'll find it. I forget the name of the website. I was going to link to it in the description of my previous video playing this, but our YouTube channel's not allowed to do that yet, to link to different websites in the description. But we did a story mode. We are on... This is me. At least this is where we left off on part 1 of the last video. I think that was 3 or 4 weeks ago when I did that, but Metal Junglera, I think that said. Now, I always thought that was a weird name. I suspect that Junglera is like the word jungle in Japanese, if you were to try to pronounce it in English, but I could be wrong on that, I don't know. I guess they're trying to sound cool instead of just calling the zone Metal Jungle, or whatever context you're using the word meta. But it should have just been Meta Jungle, I don't know. Ow. There's a caterpillar on the wall. But this level's pretty good. It starts out, obviously the graphics are a lot better than Sega Game Gear, but I don't know how much content is added compared to the Game Gear original, because the zones are, from what I remember, a lot longer than the Game Gear game. Oh, okay, switch Tails by accident. I was like, where did Sonic go? But yes, I'm using an Xbox Series whatever controller for my laptop. And if you press B on that controller, you can switch between Tails and Sonic, which is cool. It's a... I think that's better than what Sonic 4 Episode 2 tried to do, where they let you... I think you had to press Y in mid-air, or B in mid-air, or something to let Tails carry Sonic as a one-player mode. But this is a lot simpler. Tails isn't too far away from you where you can switch. I'll show that off when Tails is on screen again. Well, that's one way to break that one, isn't it? But if you want Tails to airlift you, just jump and Sonic automatically jumps if Tails is the primary character, and he'll jump off as Sonic. Land. Won't jump off. But yeah, so if you want to airlift Sonic, just switch to Tails. Sonic will automatically jump. Let's see if I can spin dash jump up here. Ow! Of course. That's a classic Sonic troll. Enemy attack you right when you're about to hit him. But I'm pretty sure this remake has a lot more loop-de-loops than the Game Gear version of Sonic Triple Trouble. The Game Gear version did have some loop-de-loops, but the Game Gear really struggled with a loop-de-loops in a Sonic game. Most of the games did. There's been like... Not all of them are like platforming Sonic games. There's a lot of spin-offs on the Game Gear, but there is between Japan-only exclusives. You needed that one up, because if you saw last time, if you lose this Chaos Emerald special stage, you can use one of your lives to try again, and I used way more lives than I should have last time. But yeah, of those, there's been about a dozen Game Gear Sonic games between Japan-only and US releases, and oh, okay, I just got hit again. Come on, get off the thing. And then some of those were spin-offs, but a lot of the platforming Sonic games on Game Gear either did not have loop-de-loops, or slowed down to like 2 frames a second trying to get over the loop-de-loop. It's, I said before last time, and if you missed it, I'll just repeat myself. But the Game Gear didn't seem too bad, because there was an 8-bit console, portable in color, but some of the Sonic games are okay, like Sonic Triple Trouble was a better Sonic game on the Game Gear, but 8-bit Sonic is not that great. it just struggles to keep up that sense of speed. Let's see what bonus stage is. It's the one that you collect rings. See, and then you shoot down, and if you shoot down enough of times, it's game over for the special stage, or bonus stage. And I'm pretty sure you get a 1-up for every 100 rings you collect, which again, to collect Chaos Emeralds and to get some mulligans on getting Chaos Emeralds, we want a lot of 1-ups. 432, I think that's the best I've probably ever done on this special stage for bonus. Yep. 4 lives, 100 rings gets you a life. And I did not find a special like that time. There's Fang the Sniper / Knack the Weasel / just Fang, because Sega's like, this name is too confusing even for us. So when we're bringing them back in Sonic Superstars on modern consoles, we're just gonna call them Fang to simplify things. Is that a pistol? Yep. We fought Fang, I believe, in Act 1, Great Turquoise Zone. No, you fight him a few times in this game. I don't remember how many times you fought him on the Game Gear version. And there you go, knock him below the ground and you... 50 rings. That was a trademark of the Game Gear games too. You could get different bonuses from the signs, but I don't remember if they actually told you what bonus you got. But I mostly played the Game Gear games from the Sonic Adventure DX GameCube. On the GameCube, that was a director's cut of Sonic Adventure 1, but they added all 12 Sonic Game Gear games as unlockables. I'm pretty sure, I haven't played it. I haven't played Sonic Adventure enough to unlock all the Game Gear games, but I think maybe you could read a manual on the game as well. But at that point, I don't know if we paid attention to the manual. For people who haven't played retro games, a lot of retro games didn't have tutorials and junk. They just explained everything in the manual. So when your parents told you you've been playing too many video games today, you had nothing, like, you still wanted to play your game, you just read the manual and knew how the game worked if you were struggling. And like Sonic 3 and Sonic & Knuckles, at least in this remake, the music changes from Act 1 to Act 2. It looks like we're inside some kind of temple thingy. Special stage, and I don't think that was the temple theme for Act 2. I don't think was a thing on the Game Gear. Probably not, if I had to guess. But then again, the Game Gear didn't have a whole lot of background. A lot of it was like some trees and grass, and mostly a plain background for the sky. So that's one of the things Remake did, is just add to the level design and the theme and all that stuff on the game. Ah, hit him. You can't run out of rings in this special stage, and I missed the thing. The lightning bolt kills Fang, so you kind of have to balance. You need the rings, you know, to survive long enough, and a lot of times you need to just nail Fang with a lightning bolt or two. I keep thinking those sand-looking things that slow you down are the fans that pop you in the air. That's why I keep going towards them. The plane is hard to avoid the bombs, because I discovered last time, which was I was struggling, is there's a pretty big hitbox on the fan. We're just gonna hit Fang again. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I ran out of rings. See, I stopped paying attention to my ring counter and just try again, 1 life, because we have enough. So yeah, you have to balance hitting Fang and staying ahead of him, and collecting rings so you survive. I'm not gonna hit that again. Cool. Got some rings and the lightning bolt without using the Fang. Did I hit that? I don't think I can get that lightning bolt. Oh, we caught the fan to avoid, nope. Totally mistimed that jump. We may be here a while. As far as getting the Chaos Emeralds. I'm gonna try to get all Chaos Emeralds on this run, but no promises. Got him. I'm gonna get that lightning bolt too. Ah, I missed the fan. See, I keep thinking those sandy things, looking things, are fans at a distance, and I don't know why. So I'm like, oh yeah, I don't need that single fan, I'll just go over to the other side. And then at the last second, I'm like, oh, that's the sand trap that slows you down. So I think, for the most part, the strategy is mostly get rings and get just enough lightning bolts, especially at the end of the race, to nail... Oh, I keep missing that jump. Keep Fang off your back. Well, 3 or 4 lives down already. That's why we get lives in the bonus stage. Especially that ring one. That ring one's easy to get lives. The other bonus stage that I haven't shown off yet in this part 2 video. I think I did the other bonus stage in the previous video, but it's sort of kind of similar to the giant orb bonus stage from Sonic 3 and Knuckles, especially Sonic Knuckles. Oh, missed it again. You gotta, like... I'm missing the timing. You gotta jump as soon as you hit those rings on the right. You gotta jump back to the left if you want that lightning bolt. Now, I'm not the fastest thing alive, so I guess my reaction time isn't up to snuff. This one. As soon as you land, jump again. We'll have to skip those rings because that's too much instantaneous jumping. And of course, if you don't hit items or obstacles and lose rings, that makes it a lot easier. Get a lightning bolt. I really need some rings because I'm down to, what, 13? And the big ring bubbles... Aww. I didn't think I hit that. I thought I was above it. But those only give you 5 rings, I think. It'd be nice if they were 10, but there's got to be a challenge somewhere, I guess. Doing good, despite some mess-ups. Well, spoke too soon. No, get back here! Oh, right at that. Because I hit that one bumper. The one bumper messed me up. But at least I know if I get hit once, I can still get enough rings to survive. And I missed the light. That's gonna make things more difficult. If I don't miss some speed boosts too, probably. Missed that jump again. May get a game over on this thing. That would not last long, would it? 15 lives and a game over on the 4th or 5th Chaos Emerald. Usually Chaos Emeralds don't really get tough till maybe 4, but usually 5. At least on the more modern, actual Sega Sonic games. The Chaos Emeralds for a while were fairly easy up until 5, some... Lost more rings. And I got 1 ring out of there. I didn't do that last time. That lightning bolt. I'm pretty sure, especially as you go on in these Chaos Emeralds, that a Fang will either be faster to begin with, or get a bunch of speed boosts at the end to make it challenging. Got that speed boost. Let's see if that was a mistake to get the lightning bolt instead of the rings. Yep, it was. Oh, we got it. I can't believe that worked. The rings were literally 0. Come on, that should be enough. Oh yeah. That was lucky. Getting a ring with 0 left. Genesis games, it would have been dead instantly. Especially as like Super Sonic and Doomsday Zone or something. Oh, Caterpillar again. every enemy I hit shoots a little laser right at the split second. And we'll go down. I don't think it matters what way we go. I don't remember if there's more than one special stage in the same act in this game. I do know... Come on, jump. There we go. Yay, one up. There. You can do that, like in Sonic CD, which you don't need speed for time travel, so I don't know what the point of it is, other than nostalgia. Just like Castlevania with those flipping platforms. I think we want to... Okay. Nope, we're just a switch for that tour. I didn't realize that you can drop dash like in Sonic Mania. This game really doesn't need it as much as Sonic Mania. Just curious. You cannot go on the wall. Of course that adds fun. Bounce off the leaves, because the leaves have an arrow pointing up. I think we're gonna have to switch to Tails. Let's see what's over there, just make sure it's not a hidden secret. Come on. Like most Sonic games that have a bouncy or a bouncing lever. Yep, cool, another special stage. But those leaves, if you're closer to the edge, you spring up higher. Oh, I didn't realize I was sand again. Okay, I don't remember this, but whatever. Ow. Well, this is probably going to be a mulligan. Unless I get a lot of lightning bolts. Like that. That'll help. We need to get like 2 or 3 more lightning bolts and don't hit a bunch of junk. And... okay. Well, that may have messed me up. Maybe not. Maybe I'm having the comeback for a change. See, apparently what... Oh. And I missed the lightning bolt? Well, I'm ahead anyway. See, that's what messes me up is playing sections of these bonus stages, because it's really hard to tell, when you're not going to hit a... See you at the... I guess we got them all, because Robotnik had the 7. Cool. See you at the Atomic Destroyer, which is the, pretty sure the last zone in the game. But I forgot, yeah, there's no Super Sonic in Game Gear games, so you don't have to collect all 7 Chaos Emeralds. I think the Game Gear games kept up with the canon. We're like, yeah, well, Robotnik has a Chaos Emerald, so you only need to collect 7 of them. Fire Shield from Sonic 3, which they brought back in Sonic Mania, complete with the Fireball attack. Fireball attack is always cool. Yep, too late. I'm like, I should get 1-ups if it's the right bonus stage. Venus Flytraps, I got Tails. So back in the day, me and Starfy used to like to totally mess with computer Tails, especially in Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. Like we would purposely make Tails drown to get him out of our way. You could get him glitching and stuck in walls. I just wanted to save my brain, so I'm switching to Tails. You could do all sorts of fun stuff to Tails. That was pretty hilarious. But probably nowadays take too much time playing the game and trying to make a recording, but I should do a video compilation, whether it's a YouTube short or a longer video of Sonic, Genesis Sonic Tails glitches. You know what? We're gonna fly over this thing. Gotta kind of bounce off the leaf to do it. Oh, computer guy can kill the Badnik without getting hit. No. Should have known, I wasn't expecting to run up a wall. Let's switch back to Sonic. See what's up here? Ooh, we need 1-ups. So, okay, there's 6 Chaos Emeralds you collect in this. That makes sense why 3, 4, and 5 are pretty difficult. So like I said, I think this guy was a boss, but obviously not exactly the same. You know, they can do more stuff with it in 16-bit. This music is pretty much the same. Although, I think the music they even remixed and remade to sound like it was made on the Genesis and not the Game Gear. Because, you know, Game Gear would have sounded more like a Game Boy, or even an NES. And you're too slow. And it made me miss all the hits on. Sure, I could fly as Tails. And I hit this guy. Tails, you can usually use Tails in the Sonic games, especially the Genesis ones. And the second player playing as Tails to just cheese all the bosses, because Tails can't die, or at least has unlimited lives. And like other classic Sonic 16-bit games, some kind of catastrophe, wall, earthquake chasing you, wall collapsing, chasing you, ground rising or collapsing to crush you, escape scene. Hydrocity or Hydro City in Sonic 3 had it, Marble Garden in Sonic 3 had it. The environment's trying to kill you and you have to escape. Pretty sure Death Egg Zone in Sonic and Knuckles, part of it collapsed before you get to the boss. And end of the level. Not bad with dying a bunch of times on the Chaos Emeralds. We've been recording for 23 minutes. Could be halfway through the game. Okay, it's been a while since I played Triple Trouble on Game Gear, but I am pretty sure this upcoming scene never happened. With some kind of Robotnik ship, again, taking off in the air. Remember, the Triple Trouble's supposed to be Egg Zeppelin? Yeah, that was totally not in Game Gear Triple Trouble. If I'm remembering incorrectly, and it is, you can correct me. I don't care, it's some Triple Trouble on Game Gear. That's better than Sky Chase, any form of them, that's for sure. The best Sky Chase was Sonic Mania, and even that was meh. Just because Sky Chase is automatically meh. But yeah, I'm pretty sure this is a brand new level in the remake, and it's still pretty good. It's like classic Sonic level, but Robotnik gets the Death Egg destroyed like 3 times between Sonic 3, or Sonic 2, Sonic 3, and Sonic and Knuckles. And this game's if you watch the part 1 where the game begins, it's literally this remake literally begins with Sonic and Tails flying away from Angel Island at the ending of Sonic and Knuckles, and then they just land here for the next adventure. So this item I got are rocket shoes, and Robotnik's copying the Chaos Emeralds, just like Tails did in Sonic Adventure 2. It's not a spoiler for Sonic Adventure 2. On the Dreamcast was 2001, GameCube was 2002, so that's over 20 years. If it's a spoiler by now to you, you need to go back and play it instead of watching me play this. I switched characters instead of jumping. But these rocket shoes, I think were an item. Oh, and Tails, that's why. I'm like, I died, but I had rings, but I didn't lose a life. Let's switch back to Sonic. But again, as I was saying, these rocket shoes, I'm pretty sure were a power-up, but used in a way more limited fashion in the Game Gear Sonic Triple Trouble. I don't know if they were kind of just like the running shoes, except you could sort of kind of fly around on them, but I don't remember using them that often in Sonic in the Game Gear game, and I don't remember them being like super useful in the Game Gear game. I guess I gotta, with this Egg Zeppelin thing, I guess I should look up like a Led Zeppelin t-shirt and like Photoshop the design to rip it off to make an Egg Zeppelin t-shirt with like a Dr. Robotnik face logo on it. But I don't know if that would be the same because this is technically a fan game level. Like if this level was in a legit Sonic game, making that a parody spoof t-shirt would make more sense. Guess we're going down. And on the landmine, but we know those threads from both wing. Oh, I missed this bonus stage. We know the landmine tricks from both Wing Fortress in Sonic 2 and Flying Battery in Sonic & Knuckles. So we know that even on a split second's notice to jump if you see anything that looks remotely close to a landmine. Not gonna fool us on that one. They may fool us with the Caterpillar killing us as soon as we hit them, but they're not getting us on the landmine. Bonus stage before a possible boss. I don't remember if this is a boss or not. Cool, and this is the bonus stage we wanted. This is a really good bonus stage. It can be decent at it for, oh, I hit the thing for 1-ups. No! I knew I shouldn't have done that, and I did it. Can I get 300? Nope. I normally get two 1-ups out of this. Would have been nice to get 2 more rings and get that 3rd 1-up, but whatever. You really only lose a lot of lives in this game trying to get those Chaos Emeralds, and pretty sure the engine room, so yeah, I don't think it's a real boss. It's just a Street Fighter bonus level style thing. Well, now we got to escape, but the actual, like, the final act in this game with the final boss, I think it's a multi-part boss, and then I think eventually you might do a supersonic boss, but basically the very end of the game is where I use the most lives in this. I hardly lose any lives up to that point, or unless I use a try again on the Chaos Emerald. And so last time we played Zone 2, Sunset Park, and that's arguably the best level in the game. In this Robotnik Winter, there's the machine in the background below. But this Robotnik Winter zone is also a candidate for probably best zone in the game. Great Turquoise is good too, but that's just like a generic first Sonic level. Let's see if I can get up here without using Tails. Cool, a 1-up. Good thing I went up there. Huh. So if I don't beat the game today, I'm probably eventually gonna try to make a video where I do finish the game and beat it, and then possibly show off a little bit of Knuckles' story, because Knuckles' story starts out a little bit. It's for the most part the same game, but it does start out a little bit different. So I may even play through Knuckles' story too, and then you can also play as Amy. I don't know why, I guess just to add her in there, because she's in everything now. Metal Sonic and Fang, you can play in this game as well. And I haven't played Amy yet, because I don't really care about Amy. She wasn't in the original in any way. I don't know if Metal Sonic was either, but you normally don't get to play Metal Sonic in a 2D game. But Metal Sonic and Fang, I know, kind of play a bit differently than any other character in this game. Like Sonic, Tails, Knuckles, like they have their own abilities and junk, and they are fun to play. But they don't really have a story mode. You just do the free play when you can, where you play any stage that you've beaten, and just play through the game that way. But Knuckles does actually have a story. So if I beat the game here, or in the future as a record the playthrough of beating the game, I may go back and play at least most of Knuckles' story. I don't remember if its ending is any different, but I know the beginning of his story is. He has like his own cutscene, and it is a neat way of how it opens, so I would at least play a zone or 2 of Knuckles. Ooh. Bonus stage, which one is it? It's this one. The, I think, oh, well, we got the fire. Or the lightning. I don't know what S is for the shield. Oh, just shield. I'm thinking the fire shield said F for fire. I've never beaten that bonus stage. I used to be good at it in the Sonic 3 and Knuckles version, but not here in the Triple Trouble. But anyway, so yeah, I'm gonna probably like, eventually as I get time, finish this playthrough regardless and record it. But, even if I have time to make more recordings or possibly a live stream, I'm gonna be distracted with the new Shinobi Art of Vengeance game. I played the demo of that. That is, haven't played too many games from this year, but just by playing the Shinobi, I wasn't even halfway through the Shinobi Art of Vengeance demo, and I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be game of the year for me. I have that pre-ordered so I can play it early, but I don't think I'll be able to. Playing it early would be like Tuesday or Wednesday, like the 26th or 27th of August. And I don't think I'll have time on a weekday to record it at all, at least as a live stream. But if I can't do a live stream, I'm just thinking about just doing it. Come on, get out of there. Cool. That's cool that you can break out of that. I think Sonic Mania did that. Yeah, I don't like the lottery bonus days for Sonic. They take too long. Excuse me, so I'm just gonna die here. So yeah, I might try to do a live stream or a commentary recording of Shinobi, but because I want to play the game and for time and scheduling reasons, I may just end up doing a no commentary playthrough, so that way whenever I do get a chance to play the game, I can just record it. So possibly be on the lookout for that, but if I don't beat this Triple Trouble remake today and record it, I may end up playing Shinobi Art of Vengeance a while before I get around to recording the ending to this game. Like I said, whether it's commentary or no commentary gameplay, I'm probably going to try to make some record some gameplay videos of Shinobi Art of Vengeance. I do highly recommend it, it's amazing. Just playing the demo. Well, switch the tails to go this way then. How's them apples? I don't think it matters, we got all the Chaos Emeralds. I don't think it matters what way you go after that. Which bonus stage is this gonna be? Yay, the fun one. Oh, that was a bad run. I'm also, obviously fairly certain that this bonus stage was not in the Game Gear version of this game. Come on, we gotta at least get 2 lives out of this. Nope. Oh yeah, well we got 2 anyway. I don't think we'll get 3. Oh yeah, we might. Yeah, we did. The rings add up quick in this one. If I didn't have that bad first round, I would have had 4. Like I said, you mainly want to build up lives in this game, especially if you played a Sonic game before. You're not going to die too much, but build up lives to help you get Chaos Emeralds and to just for the end of the game. That's at least me personally, I die a lot at the end of the game. Robotnik statue. We bust that up and Knuckles. And I was too late to hit him there. I think you could have hit him there. Get out of here. They actually made Knuckles challenging in this game. I don't remember if you fought him in the Game Gear one. I know the Game Gear had kind of like a side-scrolling shooter level where you're in a submarine, and I think Knuckles was in a submarine too and you just had to shoot him down. And he took like 30 hits or something. Oh, he's chucking rocks at us now. In the background. But in the Game Gear game, I don't remember how much, if you fought Knuckles like as a boss like this. I don't think so. I think in this remake, most of the Act 2 bosses are generally the same, maybe with some added attacks to their pattern. Or, like, you did fight giant badniks for bosses instead of Robotnik and Egg-O-Matic. So, if nothing else, the remake used the same badniks and just gave them a new pattern. There we go, we got him. That Knuckles fight was actually easier than the last one I did. I think you fought him in Act 2. Ooh, we got a 1-up. Knuckles sign gives you a 1-up, I guess. That was only Act 1 though. Oh, he causes an avalanche. Snowboard, which was a power-up in Robotnik Winter in the Game Gear, but the scrolling level, obviously not in the Game Gear, but it's still amazing. I think this game, I didn't want to show it off for spoilers, but I think this game in the game options menu, you can actually turn the scrolling level off, and I don't know why you'd want to do that. I don't, unless you're like a super purist for Game Gear, but if you're that purist of Game Gear, you're probably not going to like this remake in the first place. But I can't imagine being such a Game Gear purist where, oh, I don't like the 16-bit remake because it added stuff, and the levels aren't exactly the same as an 8-bit game from 30 years ago. Like, this game is so much better than the original, that if you're a fan of the original, this should make you should like this even more than I do, because I like the original, but I don't really like 8-bit Sonic games. And the Game Gear games were ridiculously hard to begin. This one not as hard as some of the other ones, but Sonic 2 on Game Gear was ridiculous. Even Sonic 1 was pretty hard, and that's probably the best Game Gear game, Sonic 1. Because Sonic 1 on Game Gear was actually faster paced, like Sonic's top speed was actually faster than the than the Genesis. I don't think it had loop-de-loops though. And Sonic 1 on Game Gear had amazing 8-bit music. Like, arguably some of the best 8-bit music from a video game. Should have jumped over that gap, oh well. But yeah, the snowboarding thing is awesome. Like I said, I'm pretty sure the snowboard, to some capacity, was in the Game Gear version too. Because a Sonic on a snowboard is always cool. Ice Cap in Sonic 3. That made it Ice Cap our favorite level from Sonic 3. Yeah, Sonic Adventure, even though you're going towards the camera like we just did here in Triple Trouble. But the Sonic Adventure snowboarding scene was amazing. For some reason we got the intel wrong, and before Sonic Adventure came out, and like people were previewing it either on like website articles or whatever video game shows, or people talking about games on TV, if they would mention it. But somehow we heard that, oh yeah, Knuckles is not only in Sonic Adventure, but you actually fight him while riding a snowboard, and we're like, that sounds so amazing. Then we played a demo of it when the GameCube with Sonic Adventure DX came out. Come on, get... There we go. I have to hit the nose on the field just right. Sometimes that's difficult. But anyway, so we're like, that sounds so cool. You're on a snowboard while fighting Knuckles. Like, I don't know what we were thinking, like a snowboard race, but you have to hit Knuckles in the process. But we're like, that sounds so amazing. And then when Sonic Adventure DX came out, we're like, we gotta get that because we have a GameCube and we didn't care about getting a Genesis or a Dreamcast even when it was supported. We're like, we gotta get Sonic Adventure 1 because Sonic Adventure 2 is amazing. And Sonic Adventure 1 DX on GameCube was advertised as a remake, and it really isn't. It's a port with like weird shiny cel-shaded graphics, but I digress. But we're in GameStop, and I think that was the first time we pre-ordered a game was Sonic Adventure. I don't know why, if the guy was like, oh yeah, it's going to be a popular game, you're going to want to pre-order it, and the guy just was trying to get pre-orders, or if we were just so hyped for the game, we're like, yeah, we'll pre-order it at GameStop. But anyway, so GameStop had the demo with Sonic Adventure DX, and we're like, cool, and it let you do the ice cap snowboarding. So we're like, cool, we can see fight Knuckles on the snowboard, and you don't. And we're like, well, we got that information wrong. I think after Ice Cap, you fight Knuckles in like the Adventure Field hub, and he's just as easy as he was on the Sega Genesis, if not easier, because I think you can cheese him. But we're like, well, you don't fight Knuckles on a snowboard, but you still fight him. And his boss battle's sorta kinda lame because you can annihilate him. Which on one hand is hilarious, but I don't remember it being that big of a challenge. So we like Sonic Adventure more than most people. Yeah, it didn't age as well as some Sonic games, but it's still fun to play, at least the core Sonic, Tails, Knuckles. Like, yeah, the Big the Cat is terrible with the fishing. And the fishing isn't even bad in the story mode. It's trying to get all the emblems, and you have to get a super large-sized fish. And we spent, like, literal hours trying to get the heaviest fish, or the biggest fish on like big flat levels, so the fish is the hardest to get. And I don't know if we thought the game was glitching, but every fish we caught, it was like, it's 1,000 grams, or whatever weight measurement they use. But you needed a 2,000 gram or fish or whatever. And we would catch the fish we think is the biggest one, and if it was the right size, it would just seem super difficult to reel in, and we're like, what's the deal? Like, almost glitchy, like, I don't know if it was an actual glitch, but that's how hard it was. It seemed like no matter what you did, you couldn't reel it in. So Big the Cat, for more than one reason, but mainly for gameplay, is the one who kind of bogs down and ruins Sonic Adventure. Amy only has 3 levels, thankfully, but it's still meh. This is how you cheese this penguin boss, until you do that and lose 200 something rings. Penguinator with a jetpack. Penguinator, was the penguin badniks in Ice Cap on Sonic 3. Yes, I'm a big enough Sonic fan, I remember a lot of the classic badnik names from the Genesis games. Come on, get the thing. There we go, we got him. Cool. So I've been going almost 45 minutes, and so I'm about halfway through my allotted time slot for recording today. So I may come close to beating this game today. I may have to quit going into the bonus stages and just save time and try to speedrun through here. But I've never been a good Sonic speedrunner. Especially in Sonic 3 and Knuckles, like, the levels are so big, it's like, it seems like no matter how fast I try to be, it's like, yeah, you beat the level in like 6 minutes. We'll get some air, we'll see if we can drown Tails for old time's sake. They give a lot of air bubbles, I guess, for Tails to have, get some air. Well, he's not going to drown being in this bubble. This bubble section, or similar sections, I'm pretty sure were in the Game Gear. But also, a lot of the Game Gear game I remember is the old Sonic Archie comics. Me and Starfy were into those for a while. We got into it around, maybe right before, a little bit before Sonic Adventure came out, which I think was between like the 80s and issue 80 and 100. Or even in this, like, issue 70 something, I think, is when they started the Sonic Adventure tie-in. And that was like a big event comic before we knew what event comics were. At least me and Starfy, because we never read a whole lot of comics. Partially because we didn't like the whole, this is like an event comic, part 1 of 12, and then in our rinky-dink hometown, you'd be in the corner market and find like part 3 out of 12, and then never be able to find, even if you go to that same corner market every month, you would never find the rest of the story. So it's kind of no point in buying comics for us then. But yeah, we got an Archie comics for Sonic around, I want to say around issue 60 or 70-ish, and then we used to order the back issues out of the back of the comic that we did have. And I want to say there's a Sonic Triple Trouble tie-in in either, like, early on in the series for Archie, so maybe like 20s or 30s. But I don't think it had a whole lot of storyline. I think the main story in the comic was just, you know, Robotnik hires Fang, Knuckles is involved somehow. I don't remember a whole lot of it. We don't have those comics anymore. But I remember it didn't really show Sonic in the game's zones that much. There was like a 1 or 2 page spread of like 2 or 3 panels for each zone. And I remember, what is this, Atomic, or Tidal Temp, not Tidal Tempest, that's Sonic E. Whatever this level is, Tidal Wave or whatever it's called. I'm not even paying attention to the zone names as I'm playing this, but basically it'd be like Sonic's in Great Turquoise, and then show him do something in Great Turquoise, and then, you know, Sunset Park, Robotnik Winter showed Sonic on a snowboard for a panel. And whatever this level is, it showed Sonic in that bubble floating up in the water. And those comic panels, for the, even though I don't remember them 100%, that's the thing I remember most from Triple Trouble on the Game Gear, because we didn't play the game until we unlocked it in Sonic Adventure DX on the GameCube. Ooh, another one up. See, I think I'm gonna skip the bonus stage if I think of it. Try to save some time and beat this game before I gotta go today. Underwater, we're gonna switch to Tails. See, I was hoping Tails as a computer wouldn't hit anything and lose that bubble shield. So I was playing as Sonic without a shield until I get underwater, and then switch to Tails so I don't need to grab air bubbles. Trying to work smarter, not harder. Okay, I have to find the breakaway platform. I'm sure that kills you. Tails can still swim like in Sonic 3. This bubble part was annoying because you gotta... I'm gonna switch into Sonic, so again, hopefully I don't lose that bubble shield. But you press up to speed up your bubble, down to slow down, and I think we have to go over here. But come on, I think... Maybe not. Okay, nah. I was thinking I needed the bubble all through here, and if I lost the bubble, like to get that ring box, that I'd have to backtrack a bit. But apparently not, so that's cool. And since we're in an air... There we go. I don't think that helped us. That's probably to help us avoid falling on a spike or something. We'll switch this. It's Fang again. I don't think we need the bubble shield after this point. Yep. Oh well. And there goes the ring, but whatever. And then you hit him in the ground. Get the ring, because I'm gonna be mad if I lose to Fang the Sniper while he's buried in the ground. I was gonna be mad if that happened. 1,000 points. See, I don't know how to get if there's a way to get a specific sign for a bonus. That thing! Some kind of worm-sea creature. Here we go, the submarine level from the original game. I don't shoot missiles with A, charge up your drill with B. See, there was a level sorta like this. We're in a submarine in the Game Gear game, but I don't know how much of this level Remake recreates the level from the original. Whereas, I'm sure these levels in the Remake are like 99% new, just with the same stage theme and gimmick as the original game. But that's just me, because again, a lot of the Game Gear games only took like a minute or a minute and a half to beat, unless there were like some complicated maze level that was annoying. Because it's an 18-bit cartridge, like how big do you think is the zone gonna be? Is that worm thing again? This level's sorta kinda like a maze on one part. I think you have to hit a switch for a door, but you'll see it when it's coming up. This level does take a few minutes to beat, and that's the only annoying thing about it. Like, for a Sonic game, it's not bad because it's different, but I'm like, I don't want to have to spend, like, I don't know if it takes 5 or 6 minutes to beat, or a little bit faster than that, but, after more than a couple of minutes, you're like, ready for this level to end. One up, follow the arrows, you need to switch, maybe you go up here. Yeah, this level's almost like this section is almost like a bunch of grids and roads. Or a path that you can travel. There we go. think you have to hit that switch to go back down where we were before. And going this way, because I think you can just sink down. So when you're first playing this game, you're like, well, where do I go type thing. But I think the thing to remember, like I said, a lot of sections like that, it's all interconnected, almost like a column and row table format. And you just gotta find your switch and then remember how to get back to the door you just opened. Almost died there. I don't think we want to spin charge into this thing. Nope. I'm like, how do you hit this thing then? Oh, there's a cutscene. I always get fooled by 16-bit in-game cutscenes. Knuckles! In his own machine. Ah, he got me. I thought I was above it that time. But you don't lose all your rings, just some of them, please. What the? Metal Sonic? There was Metal Sonic this whole time? Yes. I don't think he was in the Game Gear game, though. I think they did that for story purposes in this game. Yeah, 3.5 minutes, not bad. So yeah, if you know what you're doing, it's a short level. When you're playing it for the first time, and you're running around that grid section, and you're like, where's the switch for this door? It doubles your playtime. And there's an Act 3. Cool. But yeah, I'm pretty sure Metal Sonic was not in Rocket Shoes. Pretty sure Metal Sonic was not in the original. Not on one hand, I don't know how I feel about that. Like, part of the Triple Trouble was you fight Knuckles, but it's apparent Sonic CD music. But if Knuckles is really just Metal Sonic in disguise, on one hand, that's kind of lame. It's like false advertising. But then you think about the story to Sonic 3 and Knuckles at the end of that game. At the end of Sonic 3 and Knuckles, Knuckles turns good and realizes Robotnik's the bad guy. And helps Sonic out. And as we saw in the cutscene in the beginning of this game, this game and the remake takes place literally with Sonic and Tails flying away from the Death Egg. You know, after they save the day. Flying away from Angel Island. I'm staying too far away from these fireballs. So if Sonic and Knuckles help Sonic and Tails get to Sky Sanctuary and Sonic and Knuckles so they can get to the Death Egg and stop Robotnik, because Robotnik electrocuted the snot out of Knuckles previously. And then Knuckles and Sonic and Tails help Knuckles out by getting the Master Emerald back. It makes no sense to be like literally 12 minutes later in Sonic Triple Trouble, Knuckles is fighting Sonic again. Makes no sense. So to have Metal Sonic impersonate Knuckles in terms of storytelling makes sense. There we go. The key is to not stay too far away so you can hit Metal Sonic. I just wish I got better at doing that when... no, there's a ring. We got him! And I missed another ring. But I think that's the end of the level, finally. So, Tidal Wave, whatever level, Act 3 does not actually take place in the water. An underwater level in the sky. That's probably Atomic Destroyer, Act 1. I think this level may have 3 acts too, or the third act is kind of like the final boss. And you're upside down. I don't remember if you went upside down in the Game Gear version. But this is a pretty cool level, except for like the last act of this level is sort of kind of like the Titanic Destroyer level in Sonic Mania, where you have to kind of like unlock the door by going in multiple paths. Come on, get out of there. Cool. Cyber Lava. Oh, I jumped in there. I thought I could jump in front of the spike to stop myself. Happened again. Guess that only shoots you one way. Or Tails is using it up on me and it needs to recharge. Alright, here we go. Lava, cool. When we used to play Vectorman 2 on Sega Genesis, we'd be like, lava, good, because the volcano lava levels in Sonic and Vectorman are really hard to avoid the lava. So we'd just be like, Vectorman loves lava, lava, good. Yep, I knew that was gonna happen. I'm like, I jumped, but in the wrong spot. Those things got me. Need ring. I think our Sonic Adventure 2 that had the billboard advertisements and like City Escape that were like got ring. And that was amazing because it was like a parody of the Got Milk commercials. For those who don't remember the Got Milk commercials. Yep, jump into a laser turret. Grab that ring before I die. I'm also trying to like speedrun this to beat the level, but I don't think I want running shoes, but whatever. Huh. Honestly, I forgot that the running shoes in this game had a meter to show you how long it's gonna last. And lava. But I wonder. Cool, bubble shield. I don't know how that's gonna help in lava. I can give a dude a fire shield. Sonic 3 and Knuckles were kind of like that. Oh, you're in a lava level like Lava Reef. There's an egg robo. An egg bot. But, we'll give you the elemental shield that is useless for this situation. Hit the thing. I don't know why it's not hitting the thing. There we go. I guess you have to just jump into it. And of course, Fang shows up. I saw those handlebars and I'm like... Gonna be a flying battery section at some point. That's odd that I'm running above these monkey bars and can't fly while you're falling. I think I accidentally drop dashed somehow and killed myself. How about we just do this with Tails? That sounds like a good idea. These sections, especially the ones in Flying Battery, were so hard with Knuckles. Because you're just really tempted to, with Knuckles, you're just tempted to glide through it, and that doesn't always work out that well. Bang shooting metal sound. And you can't hit anybody, you're just watching the cutscene. Bye-bye! I feel like we should stick with Tails for a little bit for the flying. I don't know what all these are. Like I said, I do not remember what all in Sonic Triple Trouble was in the original compared to the remake, and I really don't want to play 8-bit Sonic Triple Trouble to find out. Yep, he got us. Or that was part of a cutscene. He's like evil Superman or Bizarro or whatever he's called. Ooh, a double hit that time. Tails got him at least. If you time your jumps so at least Tails can get him. Let's see, is that it? At least for that act. Yep. And the screen kind of jittered there to stop the scrolling in the background. Ooh, I actually gotta go in a few minutes. I thought I had more time than I do. Have to leave to go somewhere, and I was thinking I had to leave in like 20 minutes, but I actually gotta leave in 20. probably won't be able to beat this game. I'm not, at least on this recording, on this video. I'm gonna at least try to beat this act, even though I'm not sure if this game saves acts. Like Sonic 3, the save files worked. If you beat Act 1 of a zone and then quit, you would have to play Act 1 again. See, that's what I was talking about. 1, 2, or 3. Yeah, 3 paths and then the final boss. So I think if I beat these 3 paths before I stop the recording today, I'll be able to, Robotnik box. If I beat these 3 paths, I think it saves at that point before you fight the boss or something. Fly, Tails, fly! He's probably gonna tire out before I reach that platform. We're taking shortcuts, because that's what Tails is for. Especially for the sake of trying to beat this while I'm recording on this session. Maybe sticking with Tails for a while, unless Sonic gets a shoot and Tails doesn't. Well, we almost died. That stuff just resets. Pretty sure this was cool. I switched and did not get hit by a buzzsaw. I'm pretty sure all this whole nonsense was not a part of the original. I don't know if the original went into space, but again, space would have just been a really dark blue background on the Sega Game Gear. I don't know if you can kill those? I think they're just hazards. We're not going to find out. Unless we enter a dead end or something. I was gonna say, I don't know what hitting that spring was for. Yep, jumped too high. And now I have no rings. That's cool. And this is why you lose a lot of lives at the end of Sonic Trouble 16-bit Remake. Yeah, we made it. We just need a ring. No ring. No ring. There is a ring here, but I think you can only use it once. Is that 1? I think that was 1. That annoying thing, come on. I'm hitting right and it's registering on up, I guess. I'm not hitting exactly on right on the D-pad, it's slightly diagonal. Overall, this D-pad on the Xbox controller is pretty good, but I noticed a couple of instances where, yeah, if you're not pressing, squarely on one of the D-pad buttons, that it registers as a diagonal and then does the opposite of what you want it to do. Like I noticed that in the Shinobi Art of Vengeance demo. On both the Xbox controller and the Switch Pro controller. But in Shinobi, you unlock like a mid-air down stab with your sword by pressing down and Y. But you can also do a drop kick by pressing Y in mid-air. But I think to do the drop kicks, they want you don't need to hit a D-pad. You just press Y in mid-air. But out of habit, I press forward and Y when I do mid-air attacks in most games. And if I don't hit, when I go to do a drop kick, if I don't squarely hit right on the D-pad, and it thinks I'm hitting, like, if I'm either hitting slightly diagonal, the game thinks I'm pressing down, which does a down stab instead of a drop kick. So I'm learning to train myself to try to hit squarely on the. Now we go to 3, and I think that 4th option opens up after we beat this. We gotta hurry, because I gotta go in like 5 minutes. Ow. Cool, I think that laser hit the platform, so I dodged it. Yep, gonna die. Nope. Cool, there's a spring there. If that spring wasn't there, I would've got hit. Normally I would fly with tails, but I gotta see where those lasers are gonna hit first. I don't need to be flying into lasers with tails. That would not help me at all. Accidentally flew, and it helped me avoid the bad neck. Now, that box is still gone. So yeah, we've got one 10-ring box in case you run out of rings for this. Now level 4 opened up, and I think the game saves at this point, but I'm going to try to at least beat this part of the level. And for the record, I hate this boss. I tend to die a lot on him. If I don't die a lot on him, I might be able to beat the game on this recording before I gotta go. I partly hate it because there's those egg robos there to kill you. I think that's the boss for this level. The yellow egg robo. Yep. And square on the flames. There we go, Sonic got him a few times. Yeah, he's a turret. He's, now I gotta do all this while falling to your doom. See? That right there is why this boss takes a while to beat. See, but it saved that we're on part 2 to this boss, or phase 2, so that's good at least, but... Don't try to kill the egg robos, you just try to avoid the lasers. Not get crushed. This reminds me of Shinobi 3. There's a whole upward scrolling section with a bunch of enemies that try to shoot you off the platform, and then a bunch of monkey bar kind of obstacle courses. Yep, there I go. Oh, cool, I flew, but I have no rings now. Well, Sonic died on me. Yep, I should have been able to avoid that. But did it save at that part, or do I gotta do... Yep, I gotta do all of phase 2. Oh, nope, cool. It's like Super Egg Robo. But I forget if there's part 3. Nope, he's obviously dead. And there goes back. Sure. But it's the fake emerald that's not worth anything, unless Robotnik wants it back. Dummy. He's like, I'm gonna free the animals and use yours. Nope, it's an explosion instead. Gonna try to beat this quick. Because I think we're on either... I don't know if this is the zone boss. Yeah, there's an Act 3, so we'll see how long this Act 3 is. I think it's just a boss. Yep. But I think this boss also has a couple of phases, and then I think there's like, get all the Chaos Emerald boss. I think. Now. I think there is like a Supersonic boss, and then like Knuckles' story would end with this boss. Ow. Thought that was gonna blow up. Got hit with the spread shot. Keep double tapping A by accident, or it's registering as a double tap. Yep. The key is to be able to hit him and then run away from when he's about to drop the lava. Which I didn't do, and now I have no rings. If you can spin dash fast. Gotta hit him early so you have time to spin dash. Or just run away. You don't have room to spin dash. Oh, really? The fire thing killed me? This may have to be our last attempt, and then I gotta go. If I get time, I may not be able to do a commentary thing, but I may just, if I don't finish it here, I may just, since I'm so close to the end, I may just finish the boss as like just a gameplay capture, no commentary, and just piece that all together when I upload the video to YouTube. Just doing it this number takes a little faster at least. Except in there when you get boxed in the corner. Out for the fire. Star post. I think this is the last section of this boss. No, ow. Maybe not. Really? Nope. Well. I don't know how I'm supposed to hit him. I guess like that. Or wait till he slows down. Oh, that shouldn't have hit me. Guess I'll switch to Sonic. That lasted long. Wait till he slows down. Sonic can insta-shield him, skin him. Now he's slow. I'm gonna have to stop here, guys, in a minute. I'm supposed to be technically time to go. I got stuck in there and I couldn't get... I guess I should have switched to Tails to grab the ring. Got him. That's the last Chaos Emerald. Apparently Knuckles was actually trapped. So if this boss was the final boss with Knuckles, if I recall, he probably got captured. Who cares about Fang? Dark Metal Sonic. Well, I'm dead. Cutscene. Many copies of all them. Unlike Tails. Shadow! It's Metal Shadow! He's still not as strong as regular Knuckles. I gotta go after this cutscene, guys, I'm sorry. I'll just record whatever happens after this. It won't be an OBS Studio because you can record directly game capture using Xbox controller. So, but otherwise, evacuate. Can I beat it quick? It's bouncing me back. Oh, I have to hit the things back at it, and I missed. It's been a while since I beat this part of the game. This game's awesome, but not like I play it religiously. It's pretty cool. Besides Doomsday, it's probably one of the best supersonic boss battles, but honestly. Sinking from space. Did I do it? Nope, of course there's part 2. Up at the center, it looks like. It's Metal Sonic Megazord! If you stop doing that, I could beat him by now. Parts of this stupid thing have. Super Mega Uber Metal Sonic Zord. I think I'm gonna die. And I missed those rings. Well, I'm sorry guys, I gotta cut it off here. Try to beat that boss commentary thing and add it to this video. So I will see you soon. Thanks for watching.